I wouldn't say I've been waiting for this too strongly.
No. Oh, I like the way that Iron Man and Captain America are behind Valkyrie and Gamora, was it?
Yeah. You got to get your priorities straight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you notice the pride flag when she flew?
Yep.
And do you notice when they said, no offense, but I doubt any of the other Avengers could have done that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to put down to elevate?
Because they've served their purpose, they've served their purpose now to make loads of money, and now it's time for them to step aside.
Well, I've been told that there's real love put into this one, Drinker.
Well, I'm waiting to see it. I'm just like, why are you? You remember when you could just show us a character doing certain things in a certain way, and you could kind of draw your own conclusions about what kind of person they were. But it's like, why bother with that when you can just have someone else like straight up tell us what kind of person they are?
Because that was a great exposition dump, you know?
It really was, yeah. Like, here's your entire personality laid out in a minute or so.
Here's who you are.
I'm surprised he didn't like turn towards the camera and be like, "Now pay attention, audience, because it's important."
I was just thinking about airbrushing thing. I wish I was just airbrushing some figures right now instead.
I was playing Elden Ring just before this. I've almost beaten Godric the Grafted.
Ooh,
fast enough fight that one.
Yeah, he's a nasty boy.
So this is where she gets her powers from one of these loaded trinkets, doesn't she? The bangles.
Oh, there.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. It's just a magic bracelet is literally mailed to her. I'm kind of confused. What am I meant to be feeling?
It's just filler. This I don't really know what they're trying to tell us with all this.
You know, if they're trying to say, "Oh, look, she has an overbearing family."
So
okay.
Well, I mean, I think it could have been interesting if her take was like, "Look, I'm a second generation immigrant to the US, and I don't really identify with like Pakistani culture because I didn't live there." And maybe there was that kind of conflict, but she seemed pretty comfortable with all this. Like, she's kind of hanging out with people.
How about you? I'm bored off my tits.
Oh, it's slow, man. Like, this is a conversation that does not need to go on this long.
No.
You know what you could have done? You could have integrated this into something else that was going on. Like, her and her mum could have had this conversation while they were out shopping.
Yes.
You kill two birds with one stone. Are we 17 minutes in already?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing. You're right. Yeah, nothing's happened.
Nothing.
Well, we've seen the bangles. So they've introduced the magic bangles.
Yes. But we only know that the magic bangles because we saw the trailer.
That is true, yeah.
Otherwise, if we didn't see the trailer, we just think it's a box of junk. Being fair, she hasn't displayed any interest in being a hero. She's only displayed an interest in Ms. Marvel as a, just like a person that you latch onto when you're a kid.
Yeah, she's a fangirl.
Yeah. So, like, we're sad because she doesn't. So the place that she wasn't allowed to go to, that they said no to, that they then said yes, but you got to wear this. Now she's upset because she doesn't want to wear it because she wants to wear Ms. Marvel.
And then they've said she's not going again.
Yeah.
So
but now we're meant to be sad. Where we weren't meant to be sad in the first one.
We're spinning our wheels on this one.
Oh, she heals up like Amber Heard. I see no bruises. Must be the Amico cream, Dude, I am so fucking checked out.
Feel you, man. I feel you.
It's fucking rough.
On it. If this had been written more tightly, all of this could have been done in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
There is no reason. Like, what time are we at now? We must be like 25 minutes in.
29 minutes.
Right, so we're almost at half. We're half an hour in.
Nothing's
happened.
Nothing has happened.
I mean, it's hard to even critique it because there's really nothing to critique.
There's nothing going on to critique. Yes, it's like, the dialogue's pretty weak. The characters aren't acting as human beings; they're acting as these caricatures. But nothing has actually obnoxious has happened. It's just been walking around the house, walking around school, putting on a dress, putting on a costume. Oh, there's some pride flags.
Well, we did go 5 minutes, Az. Come on.
Yeah. Oof.
Is there an antagonist in this show, by the way?
The script.
Yeah. You know what the greatest enemy is? Time.
Time. Yes. Oh.
Damn, man, that should have killed her.
Yeah.
Are you as confused as I am?
Yes. There's people getting injured. She's not saving or helping anyone. She's just hurting them.
That scene transition there was fucking bonkers. Like, all this chaos was unfolding at the con, and then they just left. Like, didn't anyone have questions for her about how she did all this?
They saw her hit the Ant-Man head.
Yeah, well, they saw her rescue the girl from falling. Like, at the very least, would the security guys not be kind of pissed off at her? Like, you basically destroyed this entire building.
If it ends now, I'm gonna be very happy.
There you go.
Oh! Written by Bishop Kelly.
Yeah, quality right in there. The writing on this is shit. Like, the scripting is really bad. Even just things like, that bit with the gag with the bike when they're trying to get onto the bus and the door closes and she has to leave it behind. And, like, you could have had some quippy little line there, but she was just like, what's the chances it'll be there when I get back? And then her friend, who's deep in the friend zone, is just like 0.0001%, I would say. It's like, that's not a line. That's not a gag. That's just sad. Just makes me feel sad.
But there was no payoff on that anyway.
Yeah, she just lost her bike. But, like, does it matter? Does anyone care? Like,
the problem I had was nobody was a human being. Nobody spoke like a human being, acted like a human being. It was so contrived that I didn't connect with anyone because nobody was normal.
Yeah,
it was comic. You could say, well, I bet it's written out in the comics. I wouldn't even say that. It was just written so over the top that everything about it seemed over the top. Her how she acted, how her family acted around her, how her friends spoke. None of it had an ounce of realism to it at all.
Well, everyone's just kind of a goofy comedy figure, apart from her mother. Like, that's going to be the important relationship, I think, in this series, because the mum is the one who has the real conflict with her about what she does with her life and whether she's going to stick in at school or whether she's just going to have her head in the clouds with all this superhero stuff. She's the one that's going to have the serious conversations with her, but everyone else is just kind of cardboard cutouts. Like, they're just there for window dressing, really, as far as I can see.
Yeah, it didn't, like, there was nothing like to get mad about because nothing happened.
Yeah, I think the actress is good for what it's worth. Like, she seems quite likable.
Fine.
I just think she's not really got anything to work with so far.
No. The brother is again over the top. I don't think it's the dad, it's uncle. I don't know. But the other guy who's in the house, the older guy who's in the house, again, over the top. The mother's, oh, look, it's overbearing mum. Oh, look, overbearing mum's got an overbearing friend who's exceedingly like-minded, and then they can both look and scowl at Kamala. It's just, you could have like watched the first 15 seconds of a scene and then just paused it and you could finish off the scene.
Yeah.
because it was so obvious.
It's all just writing by numbers, really, so far. And yeah, like I say, like all these scenes, they feel like they're about 2 or 3 times longer than they need to be. A lot of them just could have been meshed together. They could have been combined to achieve the same result story-wise. And yeah, I just wanted to see more. I just wanted to see more happen. Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe we got 30 minutes into it, and it was literally just the intro and the setup.
Yeah, nothing at all had actually happened.
We don't have
We
an
got a
antagonist.
no. Oh, is that at the end? Is that setting up a soccer mom and a dad bod?
Yeah, there's nothing there to work with, and that's a post-credits scene as well. So it's not really giving us much.
No, there is nothing to go off on this episode. Nothing. That
I
was
mean,
an
like,
absolute no burger of a show. That
yeah, I mean, like you say, there's not even anything you can really get mad about.
no,
Like, I mean, I didn't go into it wanting to be mad. I was just curious about it, but yeah, I just feel like I don't even have anything interesting that I can really say about it. It's just
yeah,
pretty bland, generic show.
yeah, there was no spice that we could go, oh dear, that happened, negatively or positively. There was no spice to be like, oh, I think we both sort of went, ooh, when she got hit by the hammer,
Yeah,
maybe because that was like, oh, something happened 45 minutes into the episode.
that genuine. It's funny in the hands of a different writer. That could have been like a total swerve. Like, um, it could have gone from just this like light-hearted teeny bopper like comic show to like, oh my god, this girl just got horribly killed by a hammer. It just goes in a
Yeah.
totally different path.
The problem is, if they'd done that, it would have been as a result of Kamala. So you don't really want that.
That is true.
But
That is very true.
if somebody had caused the conflict at the AvengerCon and it resulted in the death or something, then the mum would actually have had something to legitimately have been concerned about.
Yeah.
But she's just concerned about her daughter's chastity and boys, and it's just like,
Or imagine, right, if I don't know, say she had borrowed the family car to get to this con, right? And in all the chaos, the car got crushed by a hammer or damaged or
mhm.
whatever. And it was like they couldn't afford to get it replaced. And that was them screwed. Like maybe their business is going to fail now because they don't have transport or something like that. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
wow, there's a real world consequence to her fucking around and going to this con and going behind her parents' back. Like it causes real repercussions. As it is, there's nothing. Her mum's just
no,
kind of pissed at her, and she was pissed at her anyway. So it hasn't really changed anything.
her mum's been overbearing the whole show, said no once, changed her mind as long as she wore the Pakistani Hulk costume. Okay. Kamala didn't want to wear that, so she got a second no. Then she sneaks out, came back, she's pissed with her. So yeah, there's no development there. It's the mum's been no burgering her the whole episode. So why are we bothered about her being disappointed at the end of the show when she's already expressed her feelings about her head in the clouds earlier?
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is the kind of duplication of scenes and just it taking like 2 or 3 different events and scenes to just accomplish what you could do in one. This is where the writing in it is so flabby.
Yes. And if nothing's happened in 30 minutes, then that's something wrong with your writing.
Yeah.
When you haven't literally, like, they haven't really set up the friends or the characters or the protagonists, antagonists. Nothing's been particularly set up. We've got this very bizarre, contrived friend who's in the friend zone. Right. Why do I care? Because you haven't set up any dynamic between her and him. So just to say, well, he likes her, but she's not into him. So the fuck what? It
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything when we haven't seen their relationship form. Now, if we'd seen their relationship form through a few episodes, then he makes a play, and she's like, "I'm sorry, you know, I just think of you as a friend," or he's like wanting to make a right. I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it. And then she's like at an event going, "Oh, look at him. He's just like, hello," you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that would make him be like, we've had nothing between them other than I sprayed your Ms. Marvel costume, your Captain Marvel costume. Big whoop-de-doo.
And you know, I'm gonna go on an assumption here. If like a male character, if his only trait really is that he just keeps doing things for the female lead, it's not really a very interesting character.
No.
You know.
How we see his commitment to her, but we don't see hers to him.
Yes. He
It's
just does.
hey, tag along, tag along, tag along, but we don't
Yeah.
actually see any genuine care for them, any reason why they like each other or she likes him. We know that he's interested in her, but why does she like him? Because he sprays her Captain Marvel costume? What's the dynamic there? Why are they friends? Like with small, I always love to use Smallville example. With Clark and Pete Ross, you could get it. They were like broskies, you know. They'd hang out at school. They'd come back. They'd play, ball at Clark's house. You know, there was like a legitimate friendship there with Chloe. Legitimate friendship there. But you know, shows like this, because when your writing is so much so exaggerated that your characters don't appear as human beings, then how can I connect with any of the relationships when they aren't normal, when they don't feel realistic, they feel contrived?
Yeah.
And we saw her crash the car. What was the repercussions of crashing the car? Nothing. We saw her lose the bike. What was the repercussion of losing the bike? Nothing, because she just jumped on the back of the other guy's bike.
Yeah.
Why were these things happening? What were they showing? They weren't showing anything.
It's just, it's really simple in the moment little gags that aren't meant to like have
Funny.
any long-term repercussions. Yeah, they're not funny.
But you could have had her crash the car, failed the test, and then, like you said, sneak the car out to get to the con. She does the whoop-de-doop-de with her hand, and it causes the hammer to fall on the car, or the Ant-Man head to roll and hit the car. So now there's a repercussion because she failed her test, so she shouldn't have been driving the car, and then got it all banged up. Now, how is Mum gonna go and take Nana to the aquarium the next day? You know, there's no repercussion.
Yep.
She uses powers in front of everyone. She uses a giant constructed arm to catch somebody falling from the ceiling who've been bashed by a hammer. Nothing. Like you said, cut, and they're on the back of the bike and they're just having a gay old time.
What you would normally do is have her discover these powers by herself and, you know, just learn a few basic things with them, and then she goes to the con, and then something happens that she has to use them to help someone. That would make more sense logically, but like she discovers this for the first time when she's surrounded by a shit ton of people, and it's all just really kind of muddled and confused, and yeah, just a bit of a CGI mess when it happens.
But she stands on the stage. People are just taking photographs, and she's there like, That's what? Why?
Yeah, what is she seeing that's causing that reaction? Like, because we don't get to see it from her point of view. Fine if you get to see it through her eyes, and it's like these giant explosions or whatever that are really intense, and she can't handle it. Like, okay, I can understand now what she's experiencing. weird. It's really weird. It doesn't really make much sense narratively how they've chosen to do all of this.
No. And after 45 minutes or whatever, 50 minutes of the show, I don't feel like I know anything particular about the characters other than very superficial traits. Overbearing family, head in the clouds, Kamala.
Yeah.
Or, imaginative Kamala. Friend, techie friend. Girl who she doesn't like at school hasn't actually done anything wrong. She just doesn't like her for reasons.
Yep. Doesn't
Friend
bully
in the
her.
hijab? What was she? Who's she?
That was weird. Yeah. Like she's occasionally shows up and then vanishes. Like, don't know her name.
No.
Don't know anything about her, really.
No.
Is she real? Is she imaginary?
Sorry, the Amazon driver just knocked on the door.
Okay. Do you need to go, man?
No. I just said cheers. He'll leave on the doorstep.
Okay.
Yeah, there was. Who was she? She appeared in like a couple of scenes. Don't know anything about her. Girl who wears a hijab. That's it.
Yeah, see, this is what I wondered. Is she imaginary? Because I can't remember if anyone else interacted.
No, she's meant to be a real character in the show.
Oh, okay, right. So it's just more shitty writing then, where it's like
Yeah.
we've just got a person there in the background. We're not going to introduce them or anything.
Instead of all the faffing around doing nothing for the first half hour, why didn't you spend some time building some characterization?
That would have been
and
nice.
actually spending some time with your characters and the way that they interact with each other and why they are friends. I don't know. There's nothing. This is a complete non-entity of a show right now. First episode, nothing. That was their front foot forward.
Yeah, I mean, based on this, like, I can't imagine myself watching the rest of it. I just don't know what I'd even get out of it.
Yeah, what would be the reason? What would be the reason to carry on? The scintillating plot? There's nothing.
Yeah.
The scintillating characters? There's nothing.
That I guess is most of all your primary objective with your first episode is to get people bought into the show and pull them in and get them to watch more. And this did nothing. It would not compel me to watch more of it. I don't care about any of these people.
No, I do not. Because the show hasn't allowed me to. It's put them on the screen in front of me, but they've done nothing. And like the explanation, the plan was so just on and on. Why are you standing in front of them in front of the TV asking to go to con? Went on and on and on.
Yeah, you remember I always like to reference movies like this, like Shaun of the Dead, where Sean's got this great plan that he's going to go over, kill Phil, rescue his girlfriend, and go to the pub, nice pint, wait for all this to blow over. And it's all done on screen in the space of, 15 seconds? Really fucking quick.
Yeah. Smash.
That's the kind of high energy, high speed way you want to be doing stuff like this.
I think that's why they had the pretty interesting, I guess, moving imagery. Like I said earlier, is this just a distraction to pull us away from a very bland script? And it kind of felt like, yes, it was actually.
It's weird. Yeah, it kind of feels like this is a really bad script in the hands of a good director.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because the directing was fine.
Yeah. And it's like you're trying to do your best with nothing to work with,
Yeah. How can I make something so bland kind of come alive? You put murals on the wall that start moving. You do. This is like do you remember Adrian Mole? Anne Townsend, was it? Secret Diary of Adrian Mole.
No, I haven't seen that.
The opening credits was sort of like this. It was like, stick figures that come to life and sort of business. But yeah, it was like, look, we need to do something to actually give people something to get their teeth, to at least visually see, I guess.
Yep.
I'm trying.
That's all we've got. Like I say,
There's
I
not.
think the actress playing Kamala Khan is nice enough. Like she comes across
Sure.
fine. None of them are bad really. It's just I just don't think they've got much to work with.
Yeah, I don't think Best Friends got anything to particularly work with, and bitchy girl who isn't bitchy at all, who was also wearing the Captain Marvel costume. She didn't really have anything to get her teeth into. Hijab Girl had nothing to get her teeth into. And Mum was just one note. Everyone else in the family, brother, house, uncle, whatever, they're just all one note.
Yeah.
They had one characteristic to them.
That's all I got. I honestly can't think of anything else to say.
Yeah, I got nothing more, dude. Because nothing happened. Well, that was great.
That was Ms. Marvel. Hope you enjoyed the show.